Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. Well, Trump and his lawyers have managed to do it again. Courtesy of the Supreme Court with their gift that presidents are kings, Judge Merchan has delayed sentencing in the New York criminal trial. In his statement about his decision, Judge Merchan wrote that the case demands a sentencing hearing that is entirely focused on the verdict of the jury. The verdict must be respected and addressed in a manner that is not diluted by the enormity of the upcoming presidential election. He said the delay was necessary to avoid any appearance, however unwarranted, that the proceeding had been affected or seeks to affect the approaching presidential election in which the defendant is a candidate. The court is a fair, impartial, and apolitical institution. Trump and his lawyers succeeded in delaying the court case, delaying verdicts, delaying everything. The Supreme Court stepped up and basically said presidents were kings, throwing this case into a small amount of turmoil because some of the testimony came from folks who worked in the White House. Hope Hicks was one, and then a woman who basically acted like a traffic cop for stuff that came into the Oval Office, which were like the checks that he had to pay Michael Cohen. None of this stuff is really, and Hope Hicks just sort of testified on, the moods and stuff like that in the messaging. And this other one was basically, envelopes came in for him with checks for him to sign. None of that really impacts the case. That's just like color to color the case. It's not the substantial building blocks of it. I suppose the bright side about this is that this is done yet again to convince a certain block of voters that when Trump loses, he lost, and not because of court cases. It won't matter. They don't care. They've bought into the cult. They've drunk the Kool-Aid. They believe everything he says. David's not happy. I'm always unhappy when justice is delayed. I've been accused of being a very impatient person. I can be quite patient, but not with stuff like this. Entertainment purposes only. I don't know who's going to be entertained by this, but what's the energy around Judge Merchan's decision? It's all about Trump and his destructive nature and the mayhem that he causes, the chaos agent that he is. By delaying this, I guess you delayed riots in the street, or maybe MAGA doesn't get as activated because he's not going to prison before the election. Crossed with the Ace of Pentacles. In some ways, Merchan's looking at this as like giving Trump a delay is a gift to Trump, but it's also a gift to the American voter. I've often said that when Trump loses the election and it's obvious that he's lost the election, there will be no more political cover for him because he's political deadweight. The only reason why he's getting the cover now and the support now is that he could potentially win the presidency. If that is done and dusted, then that political cover goes away. The Supreme Court doesn't need to protect him anymore unless by protecting him, they're protecting themselves. And with this Supreme Court, that's entirely possible. But other politicians and such, they don't need to protect him anymore. Again, unless they're protecting themselves. So Trump and his chaos agents get a gift. But it might be fool's gold. Because after the election, Trump could be sentenced to prison, and who's going to care? Right? In the past, we got the Six of Cups, the nostalgia, the naivety. His followers are naive. Remember the days when justice in Law and Order was the hallmark of the Republican Party, and the Democrats were a bunch of bleeding heart liberals that wanted to turn everybody loose out of the prison system? Well, now I guess it's the Republicans that want to do that. Actually, that's not true. The Republicans want to lock everybody up except him. Current situation, the emperor, the judge had to make a mature decision that he was not thrilled with. Overarching energy is the Three of Coins. It doesn't mean that the deal's dead. It just means that it's delayed 3 months. The lesson to be learned is the Knight of Swords. It was not something done recklessly. Although the decision came sooner than it needed to, I don't know what drove the timing on it. He had until the 18th to do this. I guess he wanted to get it done sooner rather than later. But the courts aren't being reckless with this. Out comes the Empress. The courts are showing how fair and balanced they are. They're giving Trump every chance to fail all on his own. But what an absolute gift. Sorry. I'm trying to get the anger out. It's not working particularly well. Better than the last time I started to read on this. But I would hardly call myself neutral. And for those who say, you're biased, yeah, I am. I really am. You want to know why? Because I've been in relationships where gaslighting's happened. I've been in relationships where lying and cheating happened. And I recognize it. I've been in relationships with malignant narcissists. I recognize it. I've recognized this guy from his election in 2016. Hell, you can make the argument as a kid. I recognized it in the 80s, and I hadn't been through all that. Watching him getting away with it yet again. Watch some TikTok of some poor guy just losing all hope. Because why should I, and his response is, why should I bother voting? It doesn't make a difference. Nothing's ever held to account. And that's exactly what the Republicans and the elites, the conservative elites, would want you to do. They want you to be discouraged. They want you to give up so they can more easily maneuver and rule over you. So take this as your opportunity to get out and vote. Make sure he doesn't get in. The minute he doesn't get in, then law and order can happen. Finally. Justice delayed is yet again justice denied. What happens in November if Trump is not elected? What happens to this case in November if Trump is not elected? 4 of Swords. Well, you can get up to 4 years. I doubt that, but man, oh man, wouldn't that be lovely? 4 of Swords. We're going to have to just wait. Meditation. There's the double card again. The 4 of Swords reminds me of the Italian term al fresco, which is to breathe the cool air. I really do think he's going to sentence him to some prison time. Page of Pentacles. Might be an offering of some sort. Definitely Trump will grift off of this. But let's see. What's that Page of Pentacles? There's messaging about values. In the past, you got the Fool card. You know, he's given more opportunities to do things. After this, current situation is 3 of Wands. Get ready for sentencing. He's going to be put away. He is going to be put away. Hanged Man. This will be the first president that's locked up. May not be in the traditional sense of prison. Most likely will never see prison just because. But there's going to be... this is going to be an unusual event because it's never been done before. It's never had to have been done before. Lesson to be learned is the Lover's card. Contracts. It's on like this is like on Trump's life path that he's supposed to go through this. 4 of Coins. A lot of 4s. There'll be fines, of course, but there's going to be. They've got a 4 of Swords and a 4 of Coins. I think he will sentence him to some prison time. Will it be delayed? Trump will appeal, certainly. It probably appeals. It probably doesn't get enacted right away because Trump's going to appeal it. Will he be able to stay out of prison while on appeal? Something that doesn't happen for most people. But hey, why not allow it to happen for him? Because, you know, can't have Donald Trump in any type of incarcerated event. That Four of Coins could also be poor health. That Four of Swords and Four of Coins. Let me think about that for a second. Because Four of Swords could be your mental acuity going down. And the Four of Coins could be that delay because of poor health. So let me ask this. Is Donald Trump's health going to impact Judge Merchan's sentence? In other words, if Judge Merchan were to sentence him to time behind bars, might that not be enacted because Trump's health has gone south? You see where I'm going with that? Maybe, hopefully, Spirit figures out where I'm going with that, but I think you see where I'm going with that. Four-Carter. Mental health. Emotional breakdown. There's just like that Empress card here. More of a hospital setting. King of Pentacles going down to a Page of Pentacles. His health is deteriorating. He needs nursing. Emotional breakdown. I'm going to venture a guess. Yes, he is between dementia and an emotional breakdown. He's gonna have a breakdown, emotionally, mentally. He's gonna break down. He's gonna need nursing and stuff like that, which will probably delay. Not so much delay the sentencing. It could delay the sentencing, but it will delay any time. He won't be going to prison. Might go to a prison hospital or some type of hospital that is restrained. Certainly Susan Lynn sees that all the time. But I think his health is going from the King of Pentacles down to a Page. His health is diminishing on that one. So, by delaying this, it's almost like it wasn't going to matter. If he had ruled on September 18th, he probably wasn't going to incarcerate Donald Trump anyways. And until after the election. And then after the election, Donald Trump, he's going to lose, and he's going to have a mental health breakdown or an emotional breakdown of some sort. And he wouldn't have been fit to go to the prison system anyways, or to the incarceration anyways. So I guess we got that to look forward to. At least Trump doesn't know that he's going to prison for sure yet. So maybe that'll keep him in the country longer. He won't have time to flee because he's not facing imminent criminal trials. I don't know. I'm not happy about this, as you might imagine, as you can definitely hear. But you know what? Spirit doesn't ask me. Funny thing about that. Anyways, I'm going to leave it here unless I get all worked up again and more pissed off. Anyways, thank you for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This is for entertainment purposes only, even though I don't feel particularly entertained by it. But maybe you did. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.